We are live. Hello everybody and welcome to the pre-show for the online metal streaming event of the summer. It is of course Trivium's A Light or a Distant Mirror. Thank you for being with us thus far. If you are out there on the Trivium, Roadrunner and Knotfest YouTube and Facebook pages, but live.trivium.org is the place to be when just over an hour's time I'm going to be throwing over 100% no holds barred, absolutely live Trivium, playing a full set with arena level production live from Full Sail University. That is all coming up just after 4 PM Eastern. But what is coming up on this here pre-show? Well, I'm going to be talking to WWE NXT superstar Rhea Ripley. Of course, no stranger to all things Full Sail University, since that's where NXT takes place. So Rhea Ripley going to be joining us on this pre-show. I'm going to be crossing back to jolly old England, a pre-recorded set from Sylosis, British metal terrors, absolutely killer band. I cannot wait to introduce that. And there's interview clips. Matt Hafey is going to be joining me. So is Corey from the band. And right now, I've got to tell you, man, when we say arena level production, I spoke to the production, the kind of person that's in charge of everything when it comes to the production that you're going to see today. Her name's Suna Richter, and she has worked with the likes of The Weeknd and Halsey and Muse. Nothing but big boy pants coming on when it comes to Suna Richter. So, a whole bunch has gone into this. That is the caliber of artist that we're talking about, and that is the caliber of stream that you are going to see at live.trivium.org. But don't take my word for it. All week long, we have been loading our gear into Full Sail University, so here is a clip of that. I'll be back after this with more from the Trivium pre-show for A Light or a Distant Mirror, live.trivium.org. That's the place to be.
Bloody corpses, broken bones revealed. What's all our glasses crushed, our nightmares sealed. Amongst the shadows and the stars. Just to feed a child. Our interests we
just a little bit of a look at what is going on in Full Sail, where we are going to be crossing live in about 45 minutes time to Trivium for a light or a distant mirror. Live.trivium.org is the place to go and get your tickets. I should have mentioned earlier, you can also get merch over there as well. So live.trivium.org is the place to go for that. And something else I should have mentioned is stick around after the show itself, because Trivium are going to be joining me again, going to be taking some of your questions, giving stuff away, including a signed guitar. So live.trivium.org, make sure you are there. And as well, if you want to watch the show again, for the next 48 hours, video on demand, you are going to be able to re-watch A Light or a Distant Mirror. So plenty of cool stuff going on. I've got to say, it's been a pretty shitty last couple of months, hasn't it? Like, let's not mess each other around here. But some of the few moments of joy that I've managed have come courtesy of What the Dead Men Say. I'm so glad that an album that kicks that much ass came out during this lockdown to kind of lift spirits. And Trivium are a band with legitimate classic albums in their back catalogue already, and I believe What the Dead Men Say is another one to add to that arsenal. And this is the very first time that you are going to get the opportunity to see songs played live from What the Dead Men Say. And don't forget, in the chat while you're playing, you are going to be able to talk, and the band are going to be able to see your comments. So type those comments, get them in there. Have you got requests? What do you want to see from What the Dead Men Say? Let the band know. Live.trivium.org is the place to be for tickets. So next up, I was lucky enough this week to talk to WWE NXT superstar Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is a proper metalhead. In another interview we did, she even told me that during her entrance, her big stomp is based on Mitch Lucker from Suicide Silence. So she is 100% one of us, and she's a Trivium fan. Jumped at the chance to be involved with this pre-show. So here she is telling us a little bit about Full Sail University, because in the same way as ECW had their old venue in Philly, Full Sail University has kind of been synonymous with NXT, and NXT has raised the profile of that place. So it's really a prestige venue that we're going into today. Live.trivium.org, we're going to cross over there. Still a live set from Sylosis to come, but here is my chat this week with Miss Rhea Ripley from NXT.
Bom dia, tudo bem? Huchatet, Shena Leggett. Ciao, come va? Kagdela, Russia. Konnichiwa, Kichi desu. Bom dia, e aí? Que pasa, mi amigos? Que pasa, Colombia? Mita Kulu. Ça va? Allo, allo, ich bin Matt. Huchatet, Holland. Que pasa, mi cabronazos? Que pasa, cabrones? Arigatou gozaimashita. Mate ne, kyotsukete ne.
Okay, we are but minutes away from going live to Full Sail University and joining Trivium. I'm joined by Rhea Ripley. Rhea, I have to ask you about Full Sail itself, because I've got a couple of friends in your organisation that were in FCW that are now on your main roster. And when NXT started, Full Sail is such a colossal part of it. What is important about Full Sail and for having Full Sail as a base almost?
Full Sail is home. It's definitely home. The atmosphere that you get in that little place, like it's not the biggest of venues, but you know what? The people that are always there and in the crowd, they are electric, and they always bring 110% of their energy, and it's always insane. And that's what I love about it. It actually somewhat reminds me a lot of my indie days, because it is a smaller venue, but the crowd is so much closer, and you get to connect with them on a whole different level to, like, let's say a Raw or SmackDown where they're a little bit more further away. So to having Full Sail as our NXT home is very important, and man, that fan base is just insane all the time. I love it. I absolutely love Full Sail. It's my home, definitely.
The thing that really stands out about Full Sail is almost like bands. Like, it's brilliant playing stadiums, it's amazing playing outdoor festivals, but there's something about seeing the whites in people's eyes when you're up close and personal, right?
Oh, definitely. I love being able to connect with the audience and having them connect with me back. I find it very important, especially performing in front of them. Like, you want to like make them have the best night of their life, right? So having them so close and being able to connect with them on that level, I love it. It's special.
So connecting to Full Sail in a moment, and I always loved that ECW had like the beer hall in Philly, and like for NXT to have its own that, and for that to be where Trivium are coming from now. So like NXT is, I think, borderline like. If not solely responsible, then massively responsible for Full Sail having a global reputation now. Do you think that's a fair statement? And like NXT is written in the history of Full Sail like forever.
I think that's pretty fair. I mean, we're there every week on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. USA Network. We're there every single week, and man, we're definitely in the history books.
Just before you go, what's your dog's name?
This is Luna.
It's nice to meet you, Rhea, and it is nice to meet you, Luna. Thank you so much for your time. We are going live to Trivium very, very shortly, so I'm going to cross back to myself in the studio. Weird, eh? Thank you for joining us, Rhea. Again, you can catch NXT every Wednesday night on the USA Network. Thank you for being with us, Rhea. So, she's used to being at Full Sail University. That is where we are going to cross over live. I'm so pumped about the fact that this is actually live as well. There's one thing watching a live DVD, and there's another thing, like bands have been doing absolutely everything they can to still connect with you and still give you entertainment, and that's rad. But when it comes to being a full arena production, this actually happening live, and you're going to be able to be in that chat, as I mentioned. So when it comes to the old stuff, what are you holding out for? Is there any rare tracks that you're holding out for? Let us know in the comments section, because it must be an absolute nightmare now for Trivium to pick their set list. I could easily pick 3 hours of Trivium Rages right now, but the set list approaches. We're going to be going there. Don't forget live.trivium.org to go and get your tickets. I should probably introduce at this point in time Trivium. You might have heard of them. So I host a show called Mosh Talks over on Notfest and notfest.com. I speak to everyone from the world of rock and metal and punk and alternative. We've been going for around 5 or 6 weeks. We've spoken to everyone from Corey Taylor and Jacoby Shaddix and Tommy Lee from Motley Crue, members of Lamb of God and Avenged Sevenfold. It's a really good time. We even branch out outside of music as well. I spoke to Mick Gordon, who did the music for Doom Eternal. Anyway, cool story, bro. Basically, we did a whole episode on Trivium and the run-up to A Light or a Distant Mirror. So I caught up with Matt and Corey from Trivium. Here's a little clip of the show, and if you like what you see, Notfest and Notfest.com is the place where you can catch me talking to all your favourite bands. But for now, here I am talking to one of your favourite bands, Matt Hayfeet and Corey Bolio from Trivium. Stick around, live.trivium.org. We are going to Full Sail for Trivium 100% live. Mate, I know that you have been kind of streaming shows for years, and now we're starting to see, because of the situation that we're in at the moment, other bands are starting to join that, and the vibe of this whole project was to be bigger and bolder. How did the idea develop?
We had been talking about it for a while. Like, the original plan before the world shut down was to do something with What the Dead Men Say. And as soon as it came out, we're going to do a live stream show. The idea was always us playing the record from start to finish. And the first idea was us at our practice place. And then we said, let's blow this out a little bit more. So then we're talking to Full Sail, the amazing school that we did our record at. They shoot WWE NXT. That's basically the room that we're shooting our show in. It's the same place that they do that. So it's super equipped, super incredible, great staff, great production company and everything. Then the world shut down. And then we're like, okay, well, so we can't tour on what's hailed as our greatest record ever. That's kind of weird. And we were thinking, what else can we do? So we sort of tried to set up a show again, and we realized it was too risky at the time to do that. So we put those plans in the back burner. As everything started to get fixed, we're like, all right, let's talk about this again. Got it all set up. Of course, the world got in a weird place again, but thankfully, the big message with us on this show is that just because we're doing a show, we don't want to show that we feel we're above this pandemic that's happening, but instead, we're taking every single precaution in the practice. At our practice place, it's weird as hell to see. First time I've seen my tour manager and my guitar tech and our security guard in ages, but we have to stay away from each other. We're all wearing masks and we're all keeping our distance and being smart. And that's the way we're going to do this show. The same way we're going to do this show. Everyone at Full Sail has all agreed for us, and even to be able to do this, we all said everyone has to wear masks and gloves, stay apart from each other, keep this thing very minimal. And obviously, being singers, once we get up on that stage, take it off, play our shows, put it back on, and then we have to leave and be very impersonal with each other. But the main message of this show is that we want to give to our fans again. And with this show, we decided to build staging. So we built custom staging. We actually hired the incredible stage designer, Suna Ray, who has built Muse's stage from the last tour. So she is as good as it gets, and our favorite stage builder, who we never thought we'd be able to work with this soon. Building those carts, they've got integrated video walls into it. We've time coded the entire set, which is something we haven't done before. But we had Josh Wilbur make music in between songs, something that we've never really played with before, but actually have thought out every single detail of this thing and really wanted to blow it out. Multiple cameras, proper audio, not just a collage Zoom, the reality of the Zoom jams is that they have to happen. And it's cool that they're happening, but we wanted to go far beyond that, and we wanted to truly give people what we would give them for a show. And so that's why we decided to make this thing a full-on production with our road crew, with our gear. We're not even using like digital modeling amps anymore. It's like vintage guitar amp heads. The same setup we'd use for a studio setup is what I'm using for guitar, is what Corey's using for guitar. So the audio is going to be top-notch, video top-notch, everything's going to be... There will be no stone left unturned for this show.
How have rehearsals been? Because, of course, this is, like, going to be part of a Trivium special, like, where I've spoken to the other guys literally while they were in their rehearsal in your rehearsal room. How's it been, and how was that first moment where you got to go in and play your first song together? Like, I can imagine was a moment.
It's amazing. I mean, everyone knows me. Like, everyone that has known me in person knows I'm a hugger. So it's so weird to not be hugging people. Like, it feels wrong, and I'm not hugging people because I've been a champion of doing this thing right since the beginning. It's crazy. From the very first song, it was as if we have not taken a day break since our last tour. I'm so lucky that everyone in this band is as addicted to being good at what they do as I am. Like, it's not just me that puts that rigorous, insane schedule on my abilities, but it's everyone. And it's crazy. At the end of the first practice, we scheduled like 6 hours for day one because we haven't been together in a long time, because it was just about getting monitor mixes and get everything fleshed out. So our crew had everything set so we can get in and play for a couple of hours and figure it out. I think we only played for like 90 minutes, and our tour manager's like, all right, that's good for day one, figuring it was going to take 6 hours. But it's just that the four of us love it so much. And by day two, we were getting the rest of the songs, and day 3, 4, 5, or day 3 and 4, we were playing the set from start to finish, and it was perfect. It was perfect. It was as if we have not taken a single day off since that Australian tour.
Yeah, and it being truly global means anyone, anywhere can be part of that. Mm-hmm. And so, like, the art is such a massive part of what the Dead Men say. They wouldn't let you have fire. But is this event about kind of playing, like, I don't mean to say playing the medium, but like knowing how you're broadcasting and making that experience the best it can be, rather than like, you know, what we're used to from an arena production, like fire. Fire's great when you can feel the blast of the heat when you're there, but this is about bringing something unique within this medium the way we're doing this.
Absolutely. And I've been so fortunate in that when I took the gamble and the risk to jump over to Twitch, and it was Paulo, he was the first person 3 years ago that said, when I was like, I'm going to try maybe YouTube, he's like, why don't you try Twitch instead? And he was the one that inspired that, just that little conversation. And with that happening, and to be able to do these shows and to be able to really learn the medium and now become the champion for even Twitch. I mean, when you go to help.twitch.tv, it's a bunch of videos of me explaining what Twitch is and how to stream and what the ethos of live streaming is. And I've always shown and explained that it's about that two-way connectivity. It's about streamer community, streamer viewers. It's that direct interaction and correlation. So knowing that going into this, it is different. It is a different approach than trying to get people to do something, because that's when you typically feed off of that. So It's a medium that I feel incredibly comfortable in. My band does as well. And I think that from all the home streams, I really do. I won't be able to have the chat room right in front of my face, which would be cool. Maybe we can figure something out on that.
But you are going to come on and chat afterwards, which is
absolutely
mad. Like,
Absolutely.
When Trivium were putting this together, and when Trivium were coming up with all of the madcap concepts that are going into the show itself, you need someone truly special to implement those ideas, and that is why we welcome our next guest. Suna Rutia has worked with some of the biggest names in music, full stop. Seriously, in a moment, when I ask her, so whose shows have you put together, the names that she mentions are insane. That is yet another reason why July the 10th, this is going to be a really, really special moment. Live.trivium.org for tickets. Here she is. It's Suna Rutia, stage production manager and creative mastermind behind a whole bunch of what you're going to see on July the 10th during A Light or a Distant Mirror. Here's Suna. What is particularly fascinating about A Light or a Distant Mirror, the Trivium event happening July the 10th, is that the medium has changed as well here. So in the way that I was just asking if it's like for everyone in every seat, when everyone around the globe has the same view, how does that affect what you're doing? And is this something truly unique, even for someone like yourself who's worked with The Weeknd and Muse and all these other people?
Yeah, I mean, we're basically making sure that the camera shots are great, right? So we always want to make sure that no matter what the camera is picking up, you're seeing something in that camera shot that is relevant to the stage as a whole. So, for example, like if you see the lights that are flashing on, a close-up of their heads or on their guitars or drums, whatever, that is intentional. It's intentional so that you can see that there's lights and energy and movement. So even when you pull back, you'll see the full shot, but it's also that you want to make sure that the shot that's close up has energy and you can feel that.
And so, like, when we are told arena level production is what's on the tagline, without giving anything away, how have you designed this particular A Light or a Distant Mirror experience for Trivium and their fans?
Well, you guys are just gonna have to wait to see. I can't give away any secrets at all. All I know is it's a very unique design for a band like this, for sure.
This stuff fascinates me, just because I'm used to dealing with music. Thank you so much for your time today, man.
Thank you.
Go!
So that's what we like to do on Mosh Talks. Get involved with all of your favourite bands, so make sure you check it out. Knotfest's YouTube channel and knotfest.com is the place to be for that. But I get to give you something really super cool right now. We are going to cross live. You are seeing live pictures from Full Sail University. We are preparing to go 100% live with Trivium. Live.trivium.org is the place to go and get your tickets to be involved in A Light or a Distant Mirror. It is going to be massive. There you go. That is Full Sail University absolutely live right now. So, now, are you ready for me to stop talking and to bring you some serious metal? Well, I am absolutely delighted to bring you this next band. I don't like to wave a kind of flag because metal is metal and it doesn't matter where on this globe it's from. If it plays hard and it makes you feel good, then that is all that matters. But it would be wrong of me, seeing as I'm about to introduce a band from my homeland, to not point out that in Britain right now, there are some really, really great things happening in the world of heavy music. I want to shout out Conjurer. I want to shout out Employed to Serve, Loathe, Venom Prison. Brilliant bands that are breaking through alongside established names like Bury Tomorrow and Bullet for My Valentine and While She Sleeps. And this band, Sylosis, right? Bleed From Within as well. Shout out Bleed From Within. But Sylosis, for years, have been grafting, and I don't know anybody who is a half-hearted Sylosis fan. The people that love this band with every fibre of their being, and you are going to see exactly why that is. The amps are white hot. This was pre-recorded a couple of days ago in the UK. The new album is absolutely savage. So without any more waffle from me, from the United Kingdom, British metal terrors, Sylosis, stick around, live.trivium.org, get your tickets while this is going on. We'll be going to Full Sail University after this. I'll be back to lead you in, but right now, Sylosis, mother bitches.
Sylosis. This next one's called Calcified.
This next song is called Leech. This is going to be our last song. If you want to support the band, you can go to sylosisband.com and pick up some merch. Thank you for watching. This one's called Imperial.
There we go. I told you it was good, wasn't it? Sylosis there. If you haven't checked out their new album, Cycle of Suffering, make sure you do so. But now, after months of planning, so many ideas and concepts and set list choices and rehearsals, so much has gone into what you are about to bear witness to, which is one of the landmark events of one of the best metal bands of the 21st century. 100% no holds barred live from Full Sail University. I have been Beez. It has been a pleasure to be with you on this pre-show. Stick around for the post-show. We're going to be giving shit away. We're going to be answering your questions, and the band are going to be joining me hot and sweaty off stage, because what you're about to see is the online metal streaming event of the summer. I've been Beez. They are about to be Trivium, and this is a light or a distant mirror. See you on the flip side.
Go!
There we go. I told you it was good, wasn't it? Sylosis there. If you haven't checked out their new album, Cycle of Suffering, make sure you do so. But now, after months of planning, so many ideas and concepts and setlist choices and rehearsals, so much has gone into what you are about to bear witness to, which is one of the landmark events of one of the best metal bands of the 21st century. 100% no holds barred live from Full Sail University. I have been Beez. It has been a pleasure to be with you on this pre-show. Stick around for the post-show. We're going to be giving shit away. We're going to be answering your questions, and the band are going to be joining me hot and sweaty off stage, because what you're about to see is the online metal streaming event of the summer. I've been Beez. They are about to be Trivium, and this is a light or a distant mirror. See you on the flip side.